Next we will see about RAID levels. We have a RAID level 0, RAID level 1, RAID level 2, RAID level 3, RAID level 4, RAID level 5 and RAID level 6. The RAID level 0 will have non-redundant striping method, and then RAID level 1 will be a mirrored disk, same copy will be mirrored here. That is RAID number 2, that is memory style error correcting codes, that is we have a parity bits for our particular data here. And then third one will be RAID level 3 will be a bit interleaved parity. So for all the data we have one parity and disk here. For RAID level 4 we have a same parity will be one block, that but we are giving it as a data will be splitted here as a block interleaved parity. So RAID number 5 will be block interleaved distributed parity. So instead of we have a parity bit in one single disk, we are distributing the parity bit for all the disk here. We are distributing all the disk in a block interleaved distributed parity bit. So here we have a RAID level 6 will be have P plus Q redundancy, that is for each bit we have a for each 4 bits 4 blocks we have a 2 bits 2 bits is used for parity, that is P and Q we are using for parity here. Next we can see one by one. First one is RAID 0. So RAID 0, in RAID 0 the disk arrays with striping at the level of blocks. So we can call it as block level striping here, but without any redundancy here. So we are splitting our data into block level, that is using a block level striping method, but there is no redundant, that is we didn't copy any of the data any disk data to any other disk. That is if you have the data for in disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, there is no copy here. So if there is any data loss occur, is any disk failure, so due to disk failure if you have any data loss, then we can't able to retrieve that particular data here. But the performance will be, we can consider the performance will be very good here, since there is no redundant here data available. So we can say the performance will be good. Then reliability problems, that is there is no mirroring or parity bits, any error checking bits will be available here. So the reliability problems will be occur. But data throughput will be good in RAID level 0. You can see that is example. So we have considered that we have 4 disks, that is disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, disk 4. So in disk all the disks we are splitting our data as block. So block level 1, block 2, block 3 and block 4, block 5, block 6, block 7 and block 8. So we are splitting a block data in each of the disk, that is using block striping method, but there is no copy or redundant data here in RAID level 0. Next one will be RAID level 1. That is we can say disk mirroring. So mirroring nothing but we are copying the same data in a disk will be copied to another disk. We can say it as mirroring method. So there will be any data if we are saving in a disk, we have a copy of 2. So there will be we can say it will be expensive, and then performance issues will be that no data loss, since we have any one disk failure, we have a copy of that particular disk available, so there will be no data loss available here. But read performance will be good, write performance will be little much poor. The cost we can here we can notice that cost will be high, and then commonly we can refer this type of method as a mirroring method. Okay, so we can see here. So we have we have 4. We can as usual we can split it into 4 disks. So in RAID level 1, so we are using a striping method. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So we are splitting the data like 0 to 15 in our disk. So same data will be mirrored here. So same 0, 4, 8, 2, 12, and then in this disk we have 1, 5, 9, 13. Same will be mirrored. So the data disk, how many disks we have? So same disk will be mirrored as a here. So we have for a 4 disk data, we have one more 4 disks of data. So it will be, you can say it is expansive. Next one will be RAID level 2. So this we can say it is a memory style error correcting code organization. The another name we can say it is a memory style error correcting code. That is error correcting code we can mention it as ECC here. Okay. That is here the memory systems detected certain errors by using a parity bits. So we already say for 4 disks we having a 3 parity bits, right? So so here we are using the parity bits. We can detect particular if there is any errors occur in our system. Okay. So how we can do this? Each byte in a memory system we have a parity bit associated with it, so that this parity bit will records whether the number of bits in a byte is set to 1 or 0. If the particular bit is set to 1, we can say that is if set to 1. So we have how you can say the number of bits in a byte 1. So how many number of 1 will be there in that particular record? So if we have even number of 1s, we can say the parity bit will be equal to 0. If we have odd number of 1s available, we can say the parity will be equal to 1. That is, it will record whether number of bits in a byte is set to 1 or not. So in a byte, how many bits represents 1? So if number of bits represents 1 is equal to even, that is, it will be even, we can say the parity bit will be 0. If it is 1, if it is odd, we can say the parity bit will equal to 1. So if there is any disk failure, so we can check the parity bit with the stored parity bits. We can compute the parity bits. The computer parity bit will be checked with the stored parity, so that we can find where the particular disk, which particular disk get error, so that particular disk can be repaired here. So if the stored parity bit disk get damaged, then we can check with our computer parity bits, and then particular stored parity disk we can also repair that particularity. Okay, so that it will be very useful for error correction also. The disk fail, that remaining bits of the byte and the associated byte can be used to reconstruct the particular data here. Okay, so using the remaining, so if the particular disk is failed, that using the remaining bits we can reconstruct a particular data. So but write2 is not popularly used here. Here we can see that we have a it will be splitted as B0, B1, B2. We can split our data here. So for this 4 data, we have we are calculating the parity bit here. Okay, so the parity bit will be stored in a 3 disk. For 4 disk of data, we are going to store our parity bit in 3 disk in a RAID level 2. Okay, here for error correcting scheme stores 2 or more extra bits and can reconstruct the data if a single bit is damaged here. So this bit we are using a bit interleaved step. So we are saving each and every bit here. That is, for 1 byte, as already I said, for 1 byte we have 8 bits of data. So for example, bit 1, bit 2, bit 3, bit 4, bit 5, bit 6, bit 7, bit 8. So the bit 1 will be stored in disk number 1, bit 2 will be stored in disk number 2, bit 3 will be stored in disk number 3. So likewise, we are storing the particular bit, we are striping the, we can store the particular data. This method we can say it as bit level striping. Okay, here we can get extra, we are in mirroring, we have 4 disks, we need to mirror the same 4 disks. So so compared to the RAID level 1, we have only 3 disk overhead will be occur here. Okay, the next one will be RAID 3. RAID level 3 will be just small improvement in RAID level 2. So it will be you can say it is bit interleaved parity organization. So here we can call it as bit interleaved parity organization. Here the disk controllers can detect whether a sector has been read correctly or not. Okay, so if the particular sector has read correctly or not, recorded by can be detected by our disk controllers. So single parity bit can be used for error correction as well as detection in our RAID level 3. We are using only one parity disk, that is only one parity disk is used, so that our storage overhead are also reduced. So one parity will also detect and correct our used for detection and correction also. We can same one parity disk will be used here. If one sector is damaged here, computing a parity of corresponding bits from sectors in the other disk, it may be we can retrieve that particular data here. So the values may be either it will be 0 or it may be 1. If the parity of remaining bits is equal to our stored parity, the missing bit we can say it is 0. If it is not, that is it is not equal to a stored parity, then the missing bit will be is equal to 1. Here we are storing each and every in bit interleaved method, right? So if one sector is damaged, we are going to compute our parity correspond of the parity of our corresponding bits in that sector. It maybe we can get a parity bit as 0 or 1. If it is a bit is that is the parity bit of remaining bits is equal to our stored sector, then we can say the missing bit will be 0. It is not equal to stored parity, then the missing bit we can say it as a 1 here. So here it will be less expensive compared to the level 2, but the storage overhead will be reduced when we compare with our RAID level 1. RAID level 1, the storage overhead will be large, since there is a mirroring. So each and every data will be mirrored here, so that RAID level 1, the storage overhead will be backward, so it will be reduced here. The transfer rate of our transfer rate for reading or writing a single block in n times will be fast as compared to ours with RAID level 1. Okay. So we can have only instead of in RAID level 2 we have a 3 parity disk for 4 data disk. Here we are bit interleaved, so we can say save the bit 0 on disk 0, bit 1 in disk 1, bit 2 in disk 2, bit 3 in disk 4. Here we are it's disk bit it will be a bit 3. Okay, so 3 in disk 3. Okay. So for all this bits we are calculating one parity and stored in a one single disk in RAID level 3. Next one will be RAID level 4. So RAID level 4 we can say it is a block interleaved parity organization. So block where we can say in RAID level 0, right? RAID level 0 we are using a block level striping, but there is no redundancy. But here we can have a redundancy, that is we have a we are block interleaved with our parity organization, parity bit also stored here. So we are using a block stripping as in RAID 0 here. Parity block on separate disk for corresponding blocks from n to other disk are stored here. Okay. So here it allows a recovery from the failure of any. If there is any disk failure, we can recover. Then performance also good here. Write record for parity data will be updated each time here. Small random writes it will be slow for random writes, but large writes we can have a fast access here. Okay. So as I said, block interleaved. So each blocks are stored. So block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. So we have a one separate parity disk available. So for block 0 to block 3 we have a stored in a parity block in that particular disk we are stored, and from block 4 to block 7 we are storing the parity bit in a block in that particular disk, parity disk, and then 8 to 11 we are stored here parity value, and then from 12 to 15 we are stored the parity value here. Okay, this will be a RAID 4. Next one is RAID 5. It is same as a RAID 4, that is block interleaved but distributed parity. In block in the RAID level 4 we have a separate disk for parity. Instead of separate disk we are distributed that all the parity bit in all the disk here. Okay, so we have spreaded the data and the parity in all the n plus 1 disk here. So it avoid extra one parity disk as it is in the RAID level 4. So we can say it spreads data and parity among all n plus 1 disks rather than storing data in a n disk and parity in one disk as it is in RAID level 4. For each block, one stores parity and other stores data here in which is in RAID level 4. Okay. So we can say here in RAID level 4 we have extra disk which is storing a parity. Instead of that we can say for in the disk itself we have a we are storing the parity bit, and in this disk we are storing the parity bit here. So here we are storing the parity bit. Okay, so for this one we are storing the parity bit here 0 to 3. For this one we are storing the parity bit here 4 to 7. And then for this one we can say the parity bit we are having. So parity bit are distributed along with 7 data here. Okay. So parity of nth block will be stored in disk of 5 disk. So nth block will be stored in disk of n mod 5 plus 1. Using this formula we can calculate and store that particular parity bit in a particular disk. Okay. So RAID level 6 we can say P plus Q redundancy scheme. So like RAID level 5 but stores extra redundant bit information to guard against multiple disk failures. So instead of one bits we are storing 2 bits. So that is P and Q, that is for 0 to 3 we are saving 1 bit P is 0 to 1, and here it will be Q. This is a mistake. So Q of 0 to 3, and the same way we are from 4 to this one, we can say that 4 to 7 1 bit and Q. So